If you want to beat a divine beast, but you only need the made points, then this is the video for you. This is the Vanaboris Quick Guide. What's up, YouTube? I'm Kat from KK Jinx Gaming. Gaming for fun. Today, we are going to take back control of Vanaboris. Check the end of the video for a more in-depth guide to appeasing Vanaboris. Without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and get this divine beast done. Okay, to get this started, we need to go to Gerudo Town in the Gerudo Desert. Make sure that you have purchased the Gerudo clothes in order to gain entry. If you do not have them, I will link a video in the description down below on how to get the lady clothes. But once you have that, let's go right inside. The first thing you're going to want to do is go all the way up to the end and go to the stairs and go inside and talk to Riju. She runs things around here. Riju will get to a point where she recognizes you and she begins to trust you and tells you that she would more than love to have your help, but the sacred heirloom was stolen from the Yiga clan in the Caruso Valley, and that in order to appease the divine beast, we need to recover the Thunderhelm. So we need to head through this arch and it will lead us to the barracks, where we will find Captain Teak, and she'll tell us old news about the heirloom in Caruso Valley, and that's great, but I'm gonna show you exactly where to go. So I personally like to go and purchase the Voe clothes, which if you don't know where or how to get these, I will leave a link in the description down below for that as well. But they do offer more heat resistance, and we are going to be in the middle of the desert, so seems fitting. So to get to Caruso Valley, we can go straight to the Gerudo Tower, and then we just want to make our way to this yellow blinking dot, and I'll see you there. So once you actually start coming down the valley, be careful depending on where you land, because you are going to run into Yiga foot soldiers, and they're no big deal, so just kill to them. But be careful if you're doing this at night, because while you're already fighting multiple soldiers, you'll end up with some stall moblins or something, so just something to think about. But once the Yiga foot soldiers are defeated, we're gonna make our way inside this little area here. And once you get in here, you can see in the center is a bunch of fire and a duplex bow. Go ahead and take that if you want to. Otherwise, you can see some torches around here. And then there's a bunch of curtains. And you can go around with the torch and burn all the curtains if you want to, or you can just light an arrow from here with the fire and shoot them from here. And I'm not gonna show me collecting all the treasure, just this one, because it is dun, 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 50 rupees. But you go ahead and get the rest of the stuff in here, but watch out for keys, because there's several in here. So when you're done in that room, we are actually gonna go up to the stairs, and now we are officially in the Yiga hideout. And this is where you're going to need your sneaky clothes. And I'm only using a power 26 Knight's Broadsword. Just gonna drop right down here and sneak up behind this guy, and I'm gonna sneak strike him. And he's the only one that I actually have to physically interact with. The next one, just shoot down this banana off this shelf, and that's gonna distract this Yiga Blade Master, and we're gonna be able to just run right past him and get through that doorway that he was guarding. And then we're just gonna follow these stairs all the way back up until you see a ladder, and go over to said ladder and make the climb all the way to the top. Once at the top, we are going to go the only way we can and come all the way back here until you see a bunch of bananas. Go ahead and grab those, and then there's also a treasure to your right. I recommend grabbing that as well. And then we are going to turn around and come back out, except this time we're not going to go all the way. We're going to stop right here where you can see the window is broken. And if you see these 3 curtains over here, we want to use a fire arrow and shoot out the middle one. And then you want to just time it out, because there is a Yiga Blade Master who paces back and forth right in front of these curtains. So once his back is turned, you can just jump right through and nobody will even notice. And then just jump right over this thing. There are 2 treasure chests. Go ahead and open both of those, because both of them contain gold rupees, which is worth 300 each. And that's a whopping 600 rupees. Free money, what do you know? All right, so now we're gonna turn around and come back up here, and instead of going out the way we came in, we wanna go just this way. And you'll see a bunch of spikes, so make sure you jump through so you don't get hit. And then we're gonna come around to this ladder. Climb said ladder, and now we are up on the top. Now, there is a treasure right back up here that I wanna grab, because it's a dun-dun-dun-dun topaz. And there are a few other treasures back here, but I'm not gonna worry about those. You go ahead and grab them. Just be careful so you don't fall, because you will get caught. So just come right over here, and I'm going to just grab a bundle of bananas, and I'm gonna drop it right here, and I can follow the arrows so that I know where it's gonna land. And I wanna make sure that it's gonna land right in his line of sight. And that's gonna distract him so that we can jump down and sneak right past him. And then we're gonna come down and around here and come into this room. And you'll see a chest right in the middle, but there's actually a total of 4 chests in here. This one has bananas, and then there's 3 chests in the ground that you have to use magnesis to pull out. 2 have topaz and 1 has a rupee. And then there's 2 bases that are just sitting here in the middle of nowhere. Grab those, because they're both bundles of arrows. So once you have all of your treasure, go ahead and use your magnesis to swing this door open. And now we're just gonna move on to the easiest fight in the entire game. This fight is such a joke, but it's a funny joke, so it's okay. So Link's gonna walk out here, and you can see there is a bottomless pit, which obviously looks dangerous or fun, depending on your perspective. But we're gonna get stopped by Master Kogan, and he is gonna go through a realization of who Link is and feel like it's his lucky day, because the guy that he was looking looking for just showed up in his nap spot. So the first thing that he is going to do after his jibber jabber is he's going to put a shield in front of him and a ball above his head. So go ahead and shoot him in the face, and that ball is going to fall and hit him on the head. And you can go ahead and whack him a few times, and he's gonna do this move 2 times. At both times, just shoot him in the head and then go hit him. And then he's gonna throw a real temper tantrum right over the bottomless pit. So do the same thing as when he was on the ground, but wait until the ball's above his head and then shoot him, and the ball's going to fall and land right on his head, and he's going to fly over here with his head stuck in the ground like an ostrich. So go ahead and whack him a few times, and he's gonna do that move twice as well. And then he's gonna get really mad, and he's going to put an even bigger ball above his own dang head. And this one's gonna be metal, so go ahead and use your magnesis to grab it, pull it down, and he's gonna do that move twice as well. And then he's going to feel defeated and then realize that he's got one more trick up his sleeve. And he's going to go through this whole thing, and ultimately the ball is gonna start rolling backwards, pushing him into the bottomless pit, where he will begin to yell obscenities at us, and our chest will just magically pop up, and we've got the Thunder Helm. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and fast travel back to the Dako Chisei Shrine, which I will also have a solution linked in the description down below. So when you get back, make sure that you put your lady clothes back on so that you can re-enter. I'm just gonna do a quick flyby back here just because I know that Riju is right outside. And go talk to her, and she's going to talk about how she knows that you have the heirloom, she can feel the power, and that she wants it back. So give it back to her, and then she's gonna go on and on about how it's too big and how does she look and blah blah blah. And we're gonna get a memory, which is always nice. And when she's done with her jibber jabber, she's gonna ask you to meet her at the lookout post and to get a sand seal, and that she'll meet us there. So I like to just jump right down here and come over here to the right and come all the way to the back, and you can get a sand seal for only 20 rupees. And if you need a shield as well, because you can't use the sand seal without a shield, you can do that for 50 rupees, which I believe that the seal is included. But I have a shield, so I'm just gonna come out here, I'm gonna change my clothes, and then I'm going to use my sand seal to come all the way to the lookout post, and then I'm going to climb up this ladder for a very, very, very long time.
2 hours later.
Once you finally make your way to the top, Riju is up there, and she's going to explain the plan, which is basically that we need to shoot the Divine Beast's feet with bomb arrows. If you have a strong enough bow, you only need to shoot once. Or if you have a multi-bow, then you only need to shoot once, but otherwise you'll have to shoot each foot twice. And you have to do it with bomb arrows while at the risk of being electrocuted. So now she's going to create an electricity-safe circle for safety. As long as you stay inside that circle, you won't get hurt by the lightning. She's also going to provide you with 20 bomb arrows. So tell her that you're ready, give her some space, and she's going to do her thing. Call the power and pray for protection, etc., etc. And then you're just going to use your sand seal and follow her to the yellow blinking dot. And sometimes Riju makes it very difficult to keep up with her because she's so dang slow. So I get as close as I can, and then I slow down and wait for her so she can protect me. So once you are close enough, basically you just want to shoot his feet. Sounds simple enough, but it can be tedious and difficult and annoying because you're trying to control a million things at once. But go ahead and shoot out all 4 of his feet, and then the Divine Beast defenses are down. And now he's gonna sit real pretty so that we can board. So say adios to Riju, and let's do this thing. So once you get up here, and you're going to put your Sheikah Slate to the Guidance Stone, and Lady Urbosa is gonna go on some jibber jabber about finding the map. I'm gonna show you exactly where the map is and how to get it. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. So first off, you can see that we have a Scout Guardian. So go ahead and kill to him and take his stuff. And then just follow this up and around until you see a Malisai. Go ahead and kill to him, and then before we do anything else, we are gonna come all the way straight back here because there's a dangling chest back here. And the trick to getting this chest, which you want to get because it's an ancient core, you want to use your magnesis and push down on your D-pad to pull it closer to you, and then let go and immediately pull out your bow and shoot the rope when it is swinging towards you so that it will land on the platform. And if you miss, you can always just go ahead and reload and do it again. But if you did get it and you're ready to go ahead and collect your ancient core, and then we're going to turn around, and once we get back inside, we are going to hang an immediate left, and we are going to come up and around and climb up this ramp. Just follow it all the way around and into this circle, and there is your guidance stone. So collect your map, and let's start finding terminals. Okay, so to get into terminal number 1, I like to go ahead and come right out here. Before I do anything, open up my map, and in the spot that I'm in, I'm gonna go ahead and press this thing twice and then exit out and I'm gonna jump across where the main control unit is, and we're gonna come right out up these stairs and out this window. And watch out for the Guardian. Then we're gonna come up and over, and it's going to put the cage in this opening right where we need it to be. So go ahead and climb in there and open your map and hit it one more time, and that's gonna straighten this thing out so we can collect this terminal. So go ahead and examine it, listen to the jibber jabber, and then go ahead and hit that lever until it's back at the very top, which is 3 times. So once it goes all the way back around and takes you back up to the top, we are gonna come right inside this window, and I'm gonna go ahead and open up my map and turn the middle one twice, and then I'm gonna jump down, and there's a very specific spot that I'm waiting for, and it's right after this opening here, so you'll see why. There is an eye right up here that I want to get rid of. So go ahead and shoot to him, and then I'm going to open my map, move the middle one twice more, and this is going to take me up and create a pathway to terminal number 2. So follow this path over and around until you get to the terminal, then put your Sheikah Slate to the guidance stone and activate your terminal. And then we are going to open up our map again, and we're going to move the last one twice to start. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump across, because I basically want to be in the same spot where the cage is, for which was the first terminal. So by doing it just the twice, it lets me get up here, and then I ultimately want this thing to be at the top while I'm on top of the cage, because that's going to take me to the next terminal, terminal number 3. So once it comes to a stop, go ahead and follow the ramp up and go through the next hole. And now for this one, you're going to use your magnesis, and then just go ahead and put these all in the same spots that I'm putting them. And this is going to create a connection. Okay, so now you can see this is what it should look like. But before we do anything else, we are actually gonna come back here and hide behind this wall. Open up your map and make it so that all of them are up. So move the middle one, and if you look at your map down in the corner, you can see the little lines moving inside there, so you know it is actually moving. But once it reaches the top and completes the connection, magic is gonna happen. See? Magic. Okay, so now we are up on the next level. So first things first, climb this ramp and shoot to this eye. Coming inside, you're going to see another Malice eye, so go ahead and shoot to him, and then we're gonna climb up this ladder. Coming over here to the right is a turn switch, and we want to connect that yellow bulb there. So we just want to keep turning the switch until it reaches and is connected, and then we're gonna jump down here, and I'm gonna activate my magnesis and ready myself, because once this platform's out of the way, I want to grab this glowing electricity ball, and then I'm going to take it right over here, and down here under this platform is a little hole, and I just want to drop it right into that hole, and then I'm going to use this lift to get me across. But watch out for that Guardian, because he'll get you. Go ahead and shoot out this eye, and that's going to open up terminal number 2. So go ahead and put your Sheikah Slate to the guidance stone and activate your terminal, and then we are going to use this vertical lift right here to take us all the way up. Once you get all the way to the top, what I like to do is go ahead and stasis the platform, because I don't want to actually move from this spot. I just want to find the ball and take it with me. So I'm going to use my magnesis and pull it towards me, and then I want to come back down to the second level and do what I did with the first ball. I want to come right out here in the middle, and I want to drop this right down in the hole, except this time, as soon as the platform gets out of my way, I'm gonna drop myself down too. Except I'm not gonna go in the hole, not quite yet. But if the ball didn't make it in, just go ahead and throw it in there. But if you look right into the hole, you will see that there are 2 Guardians in there, and you can either shoot to them from here, or you can just drop down and kill to them there. But either way, get rid of them. Then you're gonna drop down here and put both of the electricity balls in their little spots to create a connection to open up this gate, which unlocks terminal number 5, which means that we only have 1 terminal remaining. So to get this one, we are actually just gonna come right out this way. You see the eye over in the corner there? Go ahead and shoot to him. And that's gonna open up this doorway. And that's going to take us to terminal number 6. So we've got another turn switch here, and this operates both bulbs on either side, and we want to complete the connection. Going counterclockwise is moving this one, and we want to stop it when it turns blue. And then we want to go clockwise for the other side until that one reaches blue, completing the connection. And that's going to lift the camel's head up and put a platform down here that will take us all the way to the top. It's a long ride, but once you actually get all the way to the top, inside Camel's Head is terminal number 6. Go ahead and put your Sheikah Slate to the guidance stone and activate this terminal. And now all the terminals have been activated, and we can now take back control of Vana Boris by starting up the main control unit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn around, jump down, and we're gonna come to the middle here. Just go ahead and open up your map and turn it so that way all of them are on the bottom, and that makes the main control unit facing upright. And that is where I want to land. And so now I just want to say I have done this fight many times, and I always use an attack up, but I found that using a high-end electricity resistance actually serves a greater purpose than the attack up or defend up. Go ahead and put your Sheikah Slate to the pedestal and activate the main control unit, and dun, 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 Thunderblight Ganon. So he's kind of a pain in the butt. He's the most annoying one. He's the hardest one to beat, and I actually had a little bit of trouble with this one. Well, not really trouble. Things just weren't going as quickly as I wanted them to. So to start out, I like to jump down to the bottom really quickly, where it's safe before he even gets a chance to hit me, and immediately pull out my shield to protect myself. And now see, he's also gonna throw electricity at me, and it's not even gonna hurt me because of my electricity resistance. But basically, you wanna get as many flurry rushes as you can, but for some reason, I had a lot of trouble getting my flurry rushes. It was just a really off day, I guess. I was either jumping back too soon or too late, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip through some of this stuff and just show you the parts that you actually need to see. So basically, once you start getting the flurry rushes, and I'm using a 50 power edge of duality to hit him, and I do recommend using a high powered weapon, but you basically just want to keep getting flurry rushes until you can get him to his halfway dance. So just rinse and repeat until you get there. And always take advantage of stasis, even if you only get in one extra hit. So skipping ahead to phase 2, he's gonna come up here and show off his power of electricity because we're all so impressed. And I like to start up high, so right away I'm gonna just come over here and climb up this ramp. And if you're able to go ahead and grab one of those metal things he's dropping, go ahead and do it. And then bring it as close to him as you can, so that way when he electrifies this one in particular, he's gonna get hit and it's gonna stun him to the ground. So I'm gonna just jump down right away and pull out my shield because he's gonna get up quickly and he's gonna attack me quickly. Except this time he's gonna be electrified. But like I said, if you have electricity resistance, this should not be a problem. But you still basically wanna just do the same thing, just try to get the flurry rushes as much as you can. And I did have to do this several times. I was just really having some trouble with the timing. So I'm gonna skip a lot of this out too, and I'll admit this wasn't my best fight, but it sufficed for what I needed it for. So when he goes into phase 3, you basically just want to get the flurry rushes again. And like I said, he is going to be electrically charged, so be careful with that. And just try to get those flurry rushes until he's dead. Unless he does start shooting his laser beam at you, then you can shield deflect that. But just rinse and repeat until he is DED dead. And make sure that you collect your heart container, and then you're gonna see Lady Urbosa, and she's gonna go on some jibber jabber, and then dun, 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 she's going to give you Urbosa's Fury. And now you can make lightning too. It is super cool, and I'll admit this is my absolute favorite power-up of this entire game. And then it's going to go through one of the awesome Divine Beast cutscenes that lets you know that Lady Urbosa and Va Naboris both got your back when it's time to fight Ganon. But once that's all done, you're going to be returned back to Gerudo Town and Gerudo Desert, and make sure that you don't forget to go back and talk to Riju to complete the main quest. But one word of advice, don't forget to change into your lady clothes because they still will not let you in. But that's it, boys and girls. That is the fastest way that I have found to get through the Divine Beast, Va Naboris. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to punch that bell square in the face so you don't miss any content release. This is KK Jinx, over and out.